Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's Wednesday. How are we? I hope you're all having a good week. So on Wednesday, I quite often talk about what I'm listening to music-wise. And with the course I'm running, I'm introducing jazz. So this past week, I have been listening to John Coltrane, 1926 to 1967. He was only 40 when he was gone. So John Coltrane, of course, was a saxophone player. Now, I have to admit, saxophone is not my favourite instrument, especially in the woodwind instruments. It's not my favourite, but John Coltrane, he was such a good musician. He learnt with on the alto saxophone, and he also learned how to play the clarinet, but changed to the tenor sax in 1945. So I have listened to both, and you can tell a difference between both. I think I actually prefer the tenor sax to alto sax. What do you think? Which do you prefer, alto or tenor? But John, he joined the Miles Davis Quintet in 1955. And from what I've read, he was quite unreliable because he was a heroin user and he abused alcohol. And they let him go in 1957 because he'd become unreliable. And I suppose the thing is, if you're performing, you need all the musicians to turn up. Well, apparently John wasn't. And he wasn't turning up in any good state to be playing. So they let him go. He then went to Thelonious Monk. Talk about not getting a name right. Thelonious Monk. And he learnt quite a bit from Monk. So much so that he returned to Davis in 1958. And it is John Coltrane you hear on Miles Davis' classic jazz album, Kind of Blue. I really like his playing on that album. So he formed his own quartet in 1960. And of course, I said he was gone by 1967. Now, I have also listened to Blue Train, which came out in 1957. Amongst his last recordings were Ascension and Meditations in 1965. So he wasn't very old when he died, but he did a lot of recordings, which is good. And this is what we've been left with, which is, I think, I'm very thankful for. So although I'm not that keen on the sax, I do like John Coltrane playing. Do you play the saxophone? Of course, Lisa in The Simpsons, she plays the saxophone. I don't know, there's just something about that instrument that I'm not that keen on. But I'm adding this to the course I'm doing, and it gives me a whole new world to look at. And the one thing I will say about jazz, and I've seen jazz over the years, in any group, and there's a lot of trios in jazz, and I think a trio, really good size for a band. But with jazz, everyone gets a moment to shine. And that's good. So it could be freestyle jazz or whatever, but someone will start playing and then they let someone else come and do their bit, and then someone else. So I think that's a really good way to do music as well. It's a very generous way, I think, because it's a band. But as I said, they all work together and then they let each other shine. So that's what I've been listening to. Let me know if you like John Coltrane. As I said, I've gone at 40, far too young. But we've been left with his recordings. So that's it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will be back on Friday. Bye.